I'm Deanne, I'm the COO of Exposure Tech. Today I'm here with Kathleen, our CEO, Alejandra, our CMO, and Yulia, our CFO, to present to you about Exposure Tech and where we are in the camera and drone industry. We create high-quality UAV drones and action capture cameras. Our drones right now are rated number 2 in the world in quality, and our cameras are also amongst the highest rated. We have in all of our markets across the world in both of our products between 10.9 and 13.4% of the market share. Of course, we've always targeted to have affordable pricing, more specifically over the last few years. We have a very effective management team. And so I want to talk to you about these things today. And I also want to introduce our CFO, Yulia, and she's going to come up here and help me talk about our products and our market. Now, of course, our strategy initially was one where we were trying to be differentiated, and we focused on making improvements to our PQ, investing in robotics upgrades for production, and of course making sure that our employees were paid well above average in the industry, focusing on R&D and the things that would rise our PQ levels of our products, and we of course noticed that that was hurting our market shares, and so later years showed our strategy develop from one that was just differentiated into one that focused more on cost to bring us into a dual competitive strategy. And Yulia here is going to talk about our market and products.
Yeah, like on the entry level strategy, we decided go with a high price, with a high quality cameras and drones and a low price, but it was too costly to produce them and for labor, and we was recognize this in the future years. In the future years, our strategy was differentiated, and we focused on provided the highest quality cameras and drones to the most exclusive different areas. Similar to entry level strategy, we experienced it in several business models before founding our niche. Resulted in a higher price camera with a high return of revenue. Our products and market, we decided to go with the most recognized brands in digital cameras and drones by offering the highest quality products and accessories to competitive price. And we end up with highest revenue and highest PQ rating for the both products in the market. And Kathleen, she will be explaining more right now about our market.
So our performance, well, let's start off at the beginning. Our company opened 12 years ago. We made some strategy changes in year 5, so I have information here from years 5 to 13. We started off in year 5 focusing more on our cameras because the market was bigger, and having the larger focus on cameras allowed us to invest a lot of R&D in our drones. So you can see our cameras, we were doing well, but then here in year 8 we made some poor choices and our market share dropped drastically, but our drones have been able to grow steadily because of that initial investment in R&D. We sell all of our cameras and drones in the 4 regions of the world, which are Asia, Latin America, Europe, and North America. So this is a cumulative information on all of the markets overall. So we started differentiating, so we increased our price, we also increased our PQ, so we were able to have the high quality, larger margins. Well, that was the hope, and then that way we would be more profitable. Here in year 12, we made some changes on our drones. We decreased the PQ slightly. We're still number 2 on PQ in drones, and that allowed us to just have our profits skyrocket here in year 13. We had some trouble meeting some of our investor expectations, but our EPS and ROE and stock price have all risen year over year. There might have been some flat areas in those, but overall we've been growing successfully And next we have Deanne to tell us about how our organization has been working together.
Our organization is one that has a clan mentality at the top. Our executive team works very collaboratively and uses our background and diverse experience to help us to refine our decision making and the processes at the top. We do operate bureaucratically as we move down to our production where there's not a lot of decision making done and a whole lot of implementation based on the forecasting and the processes that we've refined at the top. Here you can see that the skills and background give each of us different strengths and qualities that help to make us a very effective team. We have our extremely knowledgeable, organized, and very kind CEO. She's quite an experienced leader, and we're fortunate to have her at the top. I'm here with my ambitious, attentive to detail. I'm a multitasker, and I'm passionate about cost management application. So you can see I thrived in my position here. Yulia, our CFO, is very financially savvy and she's project focused. She is a visionary. Alejandra is our marketing savvy, creative, analytical, and she is very goal oriented. I like to mention that our board is one that's 100% female. Our executives alone have helped to increase the percentage of Fortune 500 companies with CEO female leadership. So we are proud to be a female-led company. Additionally, I wanted to speak on the fact that our vision and action plans as well as our strategies are all roadmapped by our executive team. And we work together quite collaboratively and very well to come up with refined projections and plans for the future. Next, I have Alejandra coming up, our marketing specialist, and she's going to talk about the things that she gleaned from our competitors in the industry and how she used those details to refine her marketing plans and actions. Alejandra, if we can have you come up and speak about that.
So first I will start by explaining how to be successful in the UVA and drone and camera business. There are several factors that come into this, like average wholesaling price, PQ ratings, number of models, advertisement, sales promotions based on the time and the percentage, retail support, website product display, retail outlets, warranty periods, and company image. So let's talk about the economic factor here. The demand for drones and for cameras has been rising steadily. This brings huge opportunity for growth, and you can see it in our markets and how much we've been growing. So our customers, they heavily rely on PQ ratings. That's why they prefer us, and that's why our market has been growing, because we excel when it comes to PQ ratings. Along with that, we also target customers a bit differently to meet their needs. For example, in Asia and Latin America, they tend to be more price sensitive. That's why our dual strategy came in amazing, and that's why we profited so much in cameras in Latin America, and we had the largest market share. We have 9 competitors, including A Company, Bird's Eye View, C Company, Drones R Us, F Company, Greatest of All Time, Hover Pro, Eye in the Sky, and J9 action cameras. Now, let's talk a little bit about our strategy and main competitors. So as we were talking before, from years 6 to 9 we had a differentiated strategy, and from then we had a dual strategy that allowed us to grow. And like we were saying, our products, we're among the highest in drones, and we also have very high quality cameras. So for drones and cameras, I'll explain a little bit of how they're different in the market. Drones they're meant to be very high quality, striving for that. That's why we grew in that business. For camera, tends to be a trend of if you're mid-range to high quality, you can still make profit, but we're still in the high quality range of that. And our main competitors for cameras are F and Bird's Eye View. They've been raising their PQs. We're still among the highest, and we have lower prices than them, so that builds leverage for us. And our main competitors for drones is Eye in the Sky Drones, which very, very competitive. That is our only competitor when it comes to PQ, but like I said again, our lower prices really help with the market share. Now I'll have Kathleen talking about our internal analysis.
All right, so this is our VRIO and value chain combined. We have our infrastructure, which is the 4 co-managers that you've seen so far. We also have our human resources, who does our hiring, training, employee morale. Our technology, so we've upgraded to robotics-assisted assembly with both our cameras and our drones. And our procurement, who gets us all of our components at a reasonable price. Our secondary activities, we have our inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and then our service, which is a 3 to 6 month warranty. Most of the primary activities we are not going to help us with keep our competitive strategy long term, except for this tech here. So we invested early in robotics, and that has given us a lead on being able to get things assembled at lower costs, so lower labor costs. And the robotics also decreases our warranty claims. Our R&D is doing the same thing. So those are really what's pushing our competitive advantage long term. As far as our secondary activities, our marketing costs are lower than average, but because we have such high PQ and our costs are lower than the competitors with a similar PQ, we are able to use that as a competitive advantage, because lower marketing costs, we can pass that savings on to the consumers in our market, or our retailers. So then, Deanne, did you want to talk about, this is a relative cost analysis. So yes, Deanne, would you like to speak about this?
I am going to speak about the relative cost analysis today. The relative cost analysis will show that where we made some of our margins wider, were in savings with things that Kathleen just mentioned to you, like savings by trending with an average marketing, trending slightly above average with our discounts and the length of time that we extended them. We did do a pretty good job controlling our costs, even though we were really differentiating and focusing on building our PQ ratings. We carefully selected options that would help enhance our drones and our cameras, but at the lowest cost to our production line. So as you can see here in analysis against the industry average, we did quite a good job at, although the fundamental components that were required for high PQ do bring us to an above average cost, we shaved down a lot of the additional marketing, advertising, website, administrative costs, and also over time, toward the end, we're investing less in R&D, and we're able to keep our margins wider, and even though we were still offering our products at a slightly lower than average price as well. So in a relative cost analysis, you can see where some of our leverage came from in strategy and some of the things that we did to help increase our profit margins with our competitors. Next, we have Yulia and Kathleen coming back up to talk a little bit more about details, and Yulia is going to wrap us up about the future of our company.
So here we have our strengths and weaknesses. So we've gone over all these, but this is just another overview for you. So our strengths, we have a very high PQ. We are able to offer our products at a lower cost than the average industry. So that combined gives us an increasing market share. We also have high R&D expenditures. They're not the highest in globally, but they are above average. And we also have our robot-assisted assembly, which helps us with that increased PQ, lower warranty claims, lower cost of assembly. Our weaknesses, we haven't been doing as much marketing as others, so if we were able to ramp that up, it would of course help us, but then we would have to increase our costs, so it's just kind of a give and take on that. We did have difficulty meeting the investor expectations for both the stock price and earnings per share. Early on, we invested in robotics, and we sold stock to make that investment. And though it's not letting us meet our investor expectations, we're steadily growing year over year, and we are able to increase market share. So even though we're not meeting those, it's a give and take again, and has helped us overall. So we also have our high R&D expenditures and our robotic assisted system. I believe those are in the wrong spot. But anyway, so we'll have Julia wrap this up for us for our recommendations for the future. Thank you.
So, and based on 12 years of operation, we still learn something and we want to improve something. And of course, it's going to be, we want to continue evaluate lowest price, cost, option to design the highest quality products. We want to continue provide about average compensation for our employees. And we consider investment in upgrades that facilitate long-term reduction in production costs. Continue invest in research and development, maintain a constant average marketing efforts, and pay off loans early whenever is possible.
This has been a pleasure to present Exposure Tech to you. We of course are ecstatic to have reached this year in our production and our delivery of our quality products to our global consumers. Kathleen, did you have any final words for Exposure Tech today?
Well, thank you for letting us give you this information. We hope that we have a long future down the road with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.